Mind if I tell you a little story?
No, tell me.
So my very first real estate owned assignment, very first bank foreclosure that I was selected to list for sale came from a big bank that shall remain nameless.
Yeah.
Asset manager calls me and says, "Hey, I need you to go take a look at this property today. I need a BPO on it. It's broker price opinion, which is your idea of what it will sell for, right? But I need you to go see it, go take a look at it, take photos, all that kind of thing. I need you to do it this afternoon." I said, "Well, I'll go right now." So I pulled over, wrote down the address, went directly there. And she said, "There's two properties on one piece of land. So there's a garage that was converted into a rental unit and the actual main house." So I look it up on a map. This is back before we had, electronic maps and stuff. I'm dating myself, but this is back right at the Great Recession, right? Just right when the Great Recession was happening. And so I go out and I drive to the address, and there's a raw piece of land, but there's no units. There's no, and she told me over the phone, she said, there, the property preservation company was out there just earlier today. They hung a lockbox. The lockbox code is X, right? Just use the lockbox, get yourself in. So I'm looking, nothing. So I'm driving back and forth, driving back, nothing. So I'm driving out, and as I'm driving out, there's a next door neighbor is weed whacking his weeds. And I stopped and I asked him, I said, "Do you know where this address is?" And he said, "Well, this is such and such. It's got to be that way. Go that way." Well, I'd already been that way 6 times. So I'm thinking I'm being punked or something. Like maybe there's a candid camera, team that's going to come out at some second. And so I'm driving. I drove back one more time, drove back out. As I'm driving out, I look in my rearview mirror, and this woman is running behind me, waving her arms down this middle of the street behind my truck. I pull over. She comes up. I roll down my passenger side window, and she says, "I heard you were asking about such and such." And I said, "Yeah." She said, "That's it right there." And I said, "Why do I get the feeling that you know what the story is with that? Because it's a piece of land. It's not, there's no two units, right?"
Right.
She said, "I absolutely know what happened." She had this sort of Cheshire cat grin on her face, right? And
Right.
so I said, "Can you tell me?" And she said, "Yeah." She said, I went to the county and I compelled the county to compel the owner to destroy those units." And I'm like, "Really?" And she goes, "Yeah."